Hey, what if community back again with Sky Anime? And like I said, I'm gonna be remastering my other what if. So I'm remastering what if Deku had a grabbing quirk. So my thought is, what if Deku could basically climb on air, like Whitebeard's quirk, but Whitebeard's devil fruit, but instead of crashing, breaking, he can grab. So let me change it up to the way it sounds. What if Deku could just had a grabbing quirk? So when he was born at age 4, it starts to manifest. He can basically grab onto air, he can grab onto nothing, he can grab onto solid objects, he can grab onto non-solid objects like liquid, gas, air, people, quirks. So let's keep it like that. I'll let y'all know he can grab quirks. So when Bakugo starts getting his power, he starts bullying. Deku steps in and like when someone fart, you basically push that smell away from your nose, something like that. He pushes explosions away. So he grabs them and basically throws them. But instead of grabbing them, he pushes them. Or we can make it like where Deku can grab them and put it in a bottle and use it for later. I like that. I like that. So yeah, I really actually like that. Think about it later. Alright, time skip Deku. He can all any part of his body he can grab. So he basically, you know, let's say if he jumps, he can almost be like Gentle Criminal and jump off of air. So yeah, and if he does train a bit more, I'm not sure how soon I might make this, but his whole body could be grabbable, so he can launch himself across the sky or like a slingshot, like Angry Bird. So think about that. Think about that. Think about it in the future. Um, so like I said, time skip. He's not getting bullied. He doesn't get called Deku that much. He does get called Dukaboom. Dukaboom. Yeah, like a D, but B somewhere in there. I'm gonna just keep calling him Deku, or should I call him Midori? I don't even know. Yeah, I'm gonna keep calling him Deku. So Deku still sets out his journey to be the number one hero like All Might, and he does have a journal so he can keep track, and he also keep track of how much he improved. He does train his body, so he's like UA Deku. He's like second season, let's say that. So when he gets attacked by the sludge villain, I don't know why he gets attacked. He goes down the wrong alleyway. He wanted to get home faster. I don't His book didn't get burned by Bakugo, but he does get attacked. When he gets attacked, he picks the sludge villain up and just launches him. He does carry bottles because he can grab people quirks and put them in something, but people do still get them. I kind of don't know where I want to go with this. Over the years, all right, backstory of the training arc. Over the years, when Deku's training, he's been training with Bakugo and people of his class, like the people who has mentor quirks. He like Bakugo. He can, if he thinks about it or go close to Bakugo, he can grab his quirk out his body. So where Bakugo can't use his whole quirk for, let's say 5 minutes, or and then if he drinks his quirk, he can start using it. So it's kind of like a copy quirk, but not really. And 5 minutes time limit. Yeah, let's say that. And now that I kind of catch up from how strong he has been overtraining, Deku grabs basically the sludge villain, puts him in a bottle. All Might comes, and Deku, the sludge villain's pretty big, so he gives All Might. No, he takes the sludge quirk. Screw that. He grabs the quirk and put that in a bottle and tell All Might that this is the villain. The villain gladly goes with him because he couldn't turn off his sludge power. He was looking like a sludge man. And now Deku is having fun because he has a sludge power, and he does not try to take any hero's quirks because what if they do need them? So he doesn't take pro hero quirks. If he axes before he takes them or grab them and take them away. Doesn't take them away permanently. They do get them back after 5 minutes, and if he still gets a bottle, so he can keep it anytime he want. But they do get their quirk back after 5 minutes. Like say he took my quirk. He grabbed my quirk and put it in a bottle. 5 minutes go by. He still has my quirk, and we can go 1-on-1. All right, I think y'all get it. I don't know if I get it. No script needed. I'm freestyle. All right. So All Might, he doesn't. Yeah, kind of do. He does grab onto All Might. He grabs his air pressure, climbs. Oh, he's like a spider. Now that I think about it, he climbs on the air, he follows All Might. He asks All Might, "Can he be a hero with a weird quirk?" And All Might says yes. And this is where Deku finds out his weak form, and when Bakugo, when they hear screaming, All Might does tell him that Deku couldn't be a hero, but not probably not the number one. But after the day, and they split. Once Deku and All Might both hear screaming, it's still Bakugo. I guess the sludge villain had a twin. Why not? And the twin is just the same. So Bakugo is getting attacked, and instead of all the heroes standing back, stopping Deku, Deku just launches it right in front of them. He's like the hand from Stan. He grabs the he can he almost teleporting that fast basically. So he basically runs. He's almost in front of the sludge villain face. Then he drinks a bottle, and then there becomes two sludges. Unlike the first villain, Deku knows how to control his power, and punches the villain, trapping Bakugo and saves Bakugo, tossing him back to the other heroes and grabbing the brother's quirk and putting it in a bottle because he just wasted his own. Why not? And the brother is, like I said, his twin, so he's also in custody with All Might. All Might is still got one in cuffs. He's not in front of the crowd, but he's kind of in the back walking by it. But now Deku's yelling, "Hey all, hey heroes, take this guy to the." He did say, "Hey all, hey," and then heroes, because All Might's not in his buff form. But no, 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 screw that. All Might gave the hero off. All Might gave the villain off to someone, and when Deku saw All Might, he did say, "Hey All Might," and then heroes, take this villain away. His quirk won't be used for a while. And with Deku for 5 minutes, I guess he can have fun with the sludge quirk. He can slime. He can shoot slime balls. And I don't know what else. I guess Bakugo's. He's not impressed. He doesn't say I owe you one. Bakugo was just knowing if Deku was around, he'd be safe. So now Deku, All Might, and Deku. Once Deku saved Bakugo, All Might says, "Oh, you know how to actually do hero work. Why don't you have my quirk?" Deku's kind of not confused, but kind of is confused. You can transfer quirks. That's what he's thinking. So Deku and All Might do get that teacher-student bonding relationship, and Deku, let's say he does almost, he's going to get probably one for all. You guys tell me in the comments below. Does he get one for all? And I don't know. If y'all tell me, y'all tell me. Um, so Deku does train with All Might because it could be a thought, and All Might isn't. Or I don't. This is a. I'm not a good person to tell what if because I cuss, but All Might is not a dick in this version. So he tells Deku about other his sidekicks and people who used to work with, like Gran Torino, and Deku practice. He really likes Gran Torino because Gran Torino says, "If you can hit me, I'll give you some pointers in what you need." Deku grabs his quirk, and when Gran Torino slows down, he hits him again. So he gets confused. He's thinking of one. He's thinking of all for one because someone who takes quirk or Eraserhead or someone who can make quirks go away for some a time period. He thinks of them. And then Gran Torino will be like, "Hey, don't do that. Let's redo this." And then now there's two bouncing. So Gran Torino is actually impressed with Deku, and then he says you can take mine. And this is just instead of having 5 minutes, Deku he grabs his quirk. He goes into his not buff form, but his small might form, and then I guess he can go back into his buff form. There's multiple quirks. All Might has 7 quirks in him, so I'm not sure how this works. He grabs one, but all right, yeah, let's do that. Let's say All Might has his own quirk. His own quirk is a buff quirk because Deku can't go buff. Let's just call it that. So when Deku takes All Might's quirk, he goes to small might form, and then Deku says, "Try to use your quirk." He starts floating like the sixth user, and when Deku takes her quirk, he starts using a black whip, and Deku's like, I don't know what to do because I don't know what the other 4 people are. So let's say Deku grabs them and All Might knows, yay! And I don't know what they are, so let's skip this part. So when All Might thinking, oh yeah, it's been like 5 months. Deku's been cleaned off the beach, and now he's meeting other people. All Might takes him to see Night Eye, because All Might saying, "Hey, okay, let's have a vision, see what's going to happen with Deku in the future." All Night Eye and All Might do gets their friend kind of bonding relationship. Deku geeks out over Night Eye and because he sees all the All Might posters, and Night Eye actually he doesn't hate Deku. Doesn't All Might takes Deku to see Night Eye, see if he's the right choice for one. And then I guess Muriel's there, so this is where Deku meet Muriel too. So Deku's bonding with Muriel, and Deku's loving Muriel quirk. I ain't even gonna lie. He took like two, three of those mugs, save them for later. Instead of bottles, I want to put them in like containers, like those bullets from the last season. So yeah, let's do like that. But instead of a bullet, he's just it's not the needle part. It's just the container part. So let's do that so he can keep multiple on him at once. And Deku meets Muriel. He gets like three of his quirk, and he meets Night Eye. Night Eye does not let him take his quirk, but he kind of does. He can control how much he takes, so Night Eye doesn't realize. But Deku can take Night Eye's quirk and use it for a whole second. That's all he needs to see just a teeny itty bitty in the future. And yeah, so I guess what happens next? UA's entry exam. Deku walks in instead of tripping. He doesn't want to do that. So he doesn't trip. He doesn't meet Uraka this time. He's not embarrassed by girls, and when he sits by Bakugo does not yell at him. The written test, Deku does a little better because he is smarter and he doesn't get bullied. His notes don't get burned. He's just smarter. So in robots exam, Deku I want to say he drinks the power, but let's keep it like he went to just take written test. Not wait, did Bakugo have his suit on? Hold up, let me pause you for a second. I figured it out. They do have their hero costumes. So yeah, that no, I don't know. I didn't figure it out for sure. I was just thinking, did Bakugo had his? Did he? I know Ida had his engines, but that's necessary. All right, let's say Deku had brought like five containers. I don't know whose. Let's say Gran Torino's. The I want to say the slimes. He hasn't used that yet. Let's say Muriel's, and I guess who else? Who else I gave him? Let's say two of Muriel's because Muriel's quirk is amazing, and one slime, one Night Eye. No, no, not Night Eye. His mom's. His mom. He got endless supply of his mom's. All right, yeah. So defeating the let's say this test is about an hour to 2 hours long, an hour and 30 minutes. The giant robot comes out at the 30-minute mark, and when it's defeated or not defeated, it ends. So Deku uses his quirk wisely. He grabs the robots, breaking them in half. So he doesn't even need a quirk. When he does get a quirk, like when he gets the slime villain quirk, he expands his body. Any robot who walk in that area gets spiked through with slimes. When he gets Muriel's quirk, he doesn't know how to completely control it, but he does get a feel of how to do it right. So that's how he does the slime. When he gets Muriel's quirk, he can basically jump through the bodies of the robot and then pop out as normal and then pop back in before it hurts him. So yeah, and when his mom, he can pull up to five robots into close to him, but they gotta be within a 1 yard radius, not a 1 yard, like a half a yard radius. So it's not that broken, but it's not that light-handed. He doesn't have Bakugo's quirk now that I think about it. And now I guess it's the 0 point robot, and Deku yeets two on because I don't know, he tried this once but it made him pass out, and instead of keeping them both for 5 minutes, he gets them both half cut, so 5 minutes altogether, but 2 minutes and 30 seconds each one. So Deku pops in Gran Torino's and Mirio's and zoops up the robot, and when he gets to the top, he punches it. I guess I want to give him one for all, but I'm not too sure. Tell me in the comments. Should I give him one for all? When the 0 point robot falls, when he punches it and one eye goes out, he grabs the eye, trying to get a feel of the robot, like what's the insides. What are you? It's the 0 pointer, by the way, so it's a big boy. and he realized he can't really grab that, so he runs back down with Gran Torino's and Muriel's, grabs the leg and run through it and bring the foot through the whole body, so it messes up the robot from the inside out, and from there on, the robot head explodes with its foot sticking out the part that it broke, or the explosion part, with his foot, his toes part sticking out where the head is supposed to be. And I guess this is where I leave off. Deku, I don't know how many points he get, but this is where I leave off of the remaster. What if Deku had the grabbing cord? Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get notifications every time I make a video. And I might put in song, but I might not. I should, but I shouldn't. I will put in one song or one background noise. Alright, goodbye guys.